John Holt with Dan Murphy from the Woburn Bowlerdrome, and this could be a historic show as John Zappi looks to make it 9 weeks in a row as champ.
Absolutely, and this is a really incredible. Not only that, we got 9 weeks in a row, but we got a strike challenge that's worth $400, and we've got a huge crowd here.
Someone will get the chance to go for the 400. John will go for the new record, tied the record last week, but he'll have to beat one of two very good challengers, both standing by with Trina Fernandez. Trina?
Thank you very much, John. Today our challengers are Dave Hodge and Patrick Harvey. And Dave, been on the show before. You were in our finals a couple of years ago, but it's your first time this season. Where you been?
Yeah, it's been a rough year. I've come real close a bunch of times. Had some outside of bowling issues, but I'm back now, so that's the positive thing on the whole thing.
Outside of bowling issues. Now, I might have to ask a few questions about that.
Girl stuff, other things too. But I'm getting by it now, so everything's all better.
All right, female drama is always always a good excuse, but we're glad you're here.
Thank you.
All right, well, good luck today.
Thank you.
And Patrick, first time on our show.
Yes.
Any butterflies?
I had it in the beginning, but I think they wore off now.
Oh, that's good. That's good. And I see you brought a big crowd with you to cheer for you. Does that help?
Oh, yes, most definitely.
All right, well, I saw you warming up. You look pretty good. And you've got your lucky shoes on, so you feeling lucky?
I'm feeling lucky.
All right, Patrick. Well, welcome to the show. We'll head back over to you, John.
Trina, thank you. John, did you ever think 9 weeks ago that you could do this? I mean, this is quite an accomplishment if you can pull it off. You've already tied the record.
Yeah, I never thought anything like this. I mean, it's unbelievable. It's awesome.
And last week, the big key, those first 4 boxes,
Yeah.
you really took it to Ed Tringali early.
Yeah, that was huge. It's just, that's what you got to do when you go up first. You just try and, put up a couple marks and put the pressure on early.
Well, good luck again today.
Thank you.
We're back with the Challengers match right after this on CNA.
If you have back pain, arthritis, fibromyalgia...
A record-setting day. It was a record-tying day a week ago on the show for John Zappi, and now he'll take on one of these gentlemen for the championship. Dave Hodge to go second. Up first, Patrick Harvey from Dorchester, all set, hoping to be the one to take on John Zappi. It is a one-game challengers match, just the 10 boxes. Very little room for error as Patrick takes on Dave. And he will drop 6 to start. 5, 6, 9, and 10. Got that 9 only. Same spot, so it's a 7 to start for Patrick Harvey. We use lanes 35 and 36 at the Bowlerdrome. And a super crowd on hand today to watch what could be some history in the making. Four horsemen right. 1, 3, 6, 10. But first, our first Earl sighting of the day. And as you may have seen last week, he has his own cheering section with their lettered signs in the crowd.
There it is. Oh, there it was. I thought it was EA, not AE. Oh, and he converts that 4 horseman for a spare. His first mark of the match.
Now to Dave Hodge, a familiar name to viewers of the program, was on our championship show a couple years ago. Talented Candlepin bowler. He gets all 10, a strike to start.
Doesn't waste any time. A little mixing action, 3-pin, and then finally into the 5. Wow, that close to a double. The 6-pin to go 2 marks in a row.
Spare on strike for Dave Hodge. And the early edge. But Patrick now filling after the spare in the second. Good fill of 8.
That's the good news. The bad news is the 9-10. However, he's got a piece of wood, 3 pieces actually. I think if he picks on that second piece, you got a shot at it. Oh, he caught the front one. He needed the one closest one to him now. Would probably swept from left to right. Oh, there, anyways. 9 box. Now we're going to have Earl come down, and you're going to get that ball out of there. It just refuses to leave the lane.
The no look.
The no look 9-pin. That guy's got talent. Right back on the head pin. Oh. Patrick Henry. Patrick Henry.
It's okay. You know your American history there, Dan.
Patrick Harvey. Oh! I was going to say he slid that 8-pin off the spot in the back. Caught enough of this wood to do the damage, though. He's making shots like that, you'll know his name. Great spare.
Got a whole history theme going today with John Zappi and Patrick Henry and the like.
Cluster of 5, piece of wood may help. Yes, off the wall, and that'll give him $50 in bonus money.
Tremendous start by Dave Hodge.
Little messenger coming off the wall right here. There you go. Clears out that 8-pin for 3 marks in a row, looking for 4.
He'll have a chance.
Just the 1 and the 3 left. Of course, everyone now is worth $50 more. And he opens with 4 consecutive marks.
Reminiscent of what John Zappi did a week ago in game 1 of the championship match.
Patrick will work on his spare. Off target, drop 7 though. 1, 2, 4, trying to make it 2 in a row for him. A little flush on the head pin. Interesting approach. Brings the ball back up over his head before he starts the approach.
That's a 9 box. Halfway through, makes the turn at 60. On to box 6.
Wants one of those to go, the 5 or the 7.
There it is. He likes that lane 36.
Right, every other box, 3 marks, they're all in that lane 36. Drops 9, leaves the 2-pin for another $50.
No stopping this guy.
5 in a row. Up to 150 in bonus money right now.
One, 3, 6, 5, and the 9. finally open. To the relief of Patrick Harvey, no doubt. That is a 9-box. 96 through 6 complete. So it's a 26-pin advantage minus this ball from Patrick Harvey.
Patrick needs a big fill and obviously a few more marks.
6 on the fill.
2, 4, 5, and 8 left. Trying to make it 2 in a row. He seems to have trouble in lane 35. See if he can break the ice here. Yes, he does. 2 in a row. And he converts that. 2 in a row. Chance for $50 if he can throw another mark in this frame. Oh, it's got to go. It's got to go down. It doesn't. The mailman's going to have to airmail a little help in for this one. The 4 and the 6. Snapping the wood.
Eight boxes, half of them with marks, 4 spares, but still it's Dave Hodge with the advantage after opening with 5 marks.
Yeah, 104 through 8 for Patrick Harvey. It's going to win a lot of challenges matches. This guy has been on fire, opening with 5 consecutive marks, starting with a strike in the first and 4 consecutive spares.
4, 7, and 8.
And all 3. One.
Marks in 6 of 7. 5 spares and a strike.
Just 3 in that mark. Some 25-pin advantage, though. Oh, almost stole that one.
$10.
15 pins, so Patrick Harvey needs a couple marks.
It is doable. Let's see what he can do. Oh, just the 1 hanging around.
Misses the head pin, leaves just the head pin standing. Can he cash in on the break? Oh.
Tough miss to the right. Had that been a strike, it would have changed the landscape quite a bit. Instead, a 9.
Now he needs the strikes.
Gonna put up a good number.
Still is going to be an excellent opening game, but fortunately it's not going to be enough to beat Dave Hodge today. But he'd win a lot of matches with 122s in that Challengers match.
Dave in the 9th.
Take your time, Dave.
Dave in the middle.
His ball to make it official and push him back to 122. Yes. So it'll be Dave Hodge and John Zappi, 2 very good bowlers, battling it out in the 2-game championship match. And Zappi is already in the record books, tied with Klein 8 weeks in a row as a winner. But to make his own history, he'll have to find a way to beat Dave Hodge, who's bowling very well. And there you go, folks. Dave Hodge wins by 15. Good challengers match. Time for John Zappi to step in. What a championship, folks, for the championship match. And this would be perfectly suited for Las Vegas because it has the feel of a heavyweight fight. These two, Dave Hodge and John Zappi. You know Zappi's story, looking to make history, make it 9 weeks in a row, but he'll have to defeat Hodge, who just had a terrific looking game in his win over Patrick Harvey. And now they face each other. Zappi to go first. And the first statement made.
Now, was that a replay? I had a little trouble with the replay a couple weeks ago.
You may you may see that again live right here in a minute.
Oh, that pin was coming across, and another piece of wood stopped it. He's himself to 2-4-5, trying to go spare on strike, making a statement early in the match.
Total fill of 8. And 8, of course, happens to be the number of weeks in a row that John has won, tying him with great Det Klein. Chance on this program to go into the books all alone as the sole record holder, and a new record, which would be 9. But Dave Hodge is going to have a lot to say about it. He'll start his championship game right now. Opposite the strike in the first.
Wants the 7 to go. 6, 7, 10. Double piece of wood out in front.
Began the challengers match with 5 consecutive marks, 4 spares and a strike. A little different start this time. Open, looking at the 7. Early advantage to John Zappi. Very early. We'll take 20 boxes, 2 games to crown the champ.
Oh, will it take it? Yes.
There we go.
Wow. Looked like he was going to be left with a 5 and the 7 and piece of wood. Day and a half later, comes back and knocks down the 5. Ooh, just sliding by.
So a 9 followed by a 10 box. And it's a 9-pin edge for John Zappi.
Will the 9-pin go? It does.
2 strikes on that lane. Lane 35 has been good to John early.
You see the replay. Looked like the 9 was going to stay. Piece of wood finally takes it out. Now in lane 36, back live.
Coming up between games 1 and 2 of this championship match, our audience participation segment, the Candlepin Challenge Strike Challenge. Armand Verville will step in, looking to win $400 if he can bowl a strike.
Oh, what a nice shot.
What a touch.
Absolutely. Had to get just a little piece of that wood. Sliding it from left to right. Finally clears out the 6-pin.
Hodge with an answer.
Answers with his own strike on lane 35. They're taking it out on lane 35. Just barely touches the head pin, goes to the sidewall and clears out the 3-pin for his strike.
The second half to that fill, lucky for him. totaled 7. $13-pin advantage plus this first ball for John, and bonus money potential as well as he looks for his 3rd consecutive mark. It would get him $50, adding to his growing total that he has amassed over the last 9 weeks now.
Boy, solid 9-pin drop, leaving the 6. Six-pin all by itself. $50 pin. Got it.
Yes. Strike and then 2 spares, and now every mark after this consecutively will get him $50 more.
This week's strike challenge is brought to you by the Lakeside Lanes in Manchester, New Hampshire. Wendy and Timmy Lipke's place. I'll tell you more about their establishment as we get closer to the strike challenge.
Spread eagle. Left side leaves a 3-6-10. So the run of marks ends at 3. Total of 4 over the opening 6 boxes for the champ. That's a 9. Gets him to 90 through 6. Back to Dave Hodge, box 5. Four down, 6 still up.
That close, everything but the 5. That's where he wants to put that first ball. And he was in that challengers match, opening with 5 consecutive marks. Just 1 mark here, the strike in the 3rd.
That 6 is moving a little bit, stays in
Just
place.
be very careful of this one with the 6-pin. With the wood behind, it could fly around the 10. No problem there.
Got them both.
Spare in the 6th.
Just getting going here. Zappi and Hodge for the championship. Back with more after this.
The Woods.
That's correct. I'm from Allenstown, New Hampshire.
All right.
Yep.
And you're going to represent your town and get $400 for a strike?
Well, I'm certainly going to try.
All right. Let's see how you do. Good luck.
Thank you very much.
All
for
right.
that.
Go get him.
All set. Let's see if Armand can make some history of his own today. Hail miss to the right. So now the focus is on a spare and $50.
That looks good. Oh, that's close. Good effort on the spare by Armand. That'll be $1 a pin.
He's got at least $8.
Oh, 9.
$9. And in tax-free New Hampshire, that goes a long way. Well done. You too can be involved. Just come down to one of the tapings, fill out a card, get yourself entered in the drawing, and perhaps you will be picked for the strike challenge. It continues to grow. It'll be up to 425 next week. Game 2 now in the championship match, and the challenger Dave Hodge with some work to do. Down by 18 pins to start this game.
And again, that strike challenge is brought to you by Lakeside Lanes. Wendy and Timmy Lipke Manchester, New Hampshire. And, oh, what a shot by Dave Hodge. There are 24 lanes there in Manchester, and computerized scoring, birthday parties. You see the spare. And they run some great tournaments, too, so you ought to contact the Lakeside Lanes in Manchester and see what's coming up. They do a great job up there, Wendy and Tim. Drop 6. This time he's looking at the 247 and the 10.
Leaves the 2 goalposts. That's 9 as he picks off the 10. John Zappi, a game away from being all alone in the history books as the holder of the most consecutive weeks as a champ here in the program. Already at 8, tied with Klein. If he holds on, it'll be 9, a new record. He's got the 2, 4, 5, 7, 10. He'll be open. Opposite that spare in the first, Dave Hodge. That's 9. So Hodge is going to gain a little bit in this transaction. But now Zappi has the chance to do some damage versus the open frame in the second. Half Worcester left. Zappi's been a little bit more human in recent frames and boxes. Stringing together marks as we're used to, and it's going to be an encouraging sign for Dave Hodge.
The lead now just 11 pins for our champ.
The third now. 9 of 10 leaves the 10.
Just the 10 pin, always the toughest pin, I think, for the right-hander. Not for Dave. 2 marks in a row now in lane 35. Unfortunately, he has to move over to lane 36.
Take a look at our honorary executive producer. Good to have Chris Orlando with us again today.
His father, Greg, right there with him. Oh, and a strike on spare.
Chris loves that. You can see him cheering that one. And a super start in game 2 for Dave Hodge.
This is what we came to see. Let's go.
See if Zappi's got an answer. Being put to the test.
Oh boy, that a 10 pin moved and never fell, and I don't think that Wood is out far enough for the ball to carry him off it into the 10, but if anyone can do it, he can, because he's a left-hander going into the pin. Yes, enough. Good shot by our champ.
And this is starting to have that feel of the heavyweight fight I alluded to, back and forth as we look at the spare in the replay.
You see with the pin cam, it was definitely out far enough. Get my age, eyesight is one of the things that start to go. I guess I'll use that excuse next Monday night in the bowling league. It's my eyesight, guys. Now the fill for our champ, John Zappi. Just missing the head pin, drops 7, 1, 7, and 8, and a makeable spare because of the wood behind the head pin and the one in front of the 8 pin. Trying to keep pace with Dave Hodge.
Got
He
it.
does. 2 in a row. Well, you were right, John. Back and forth we're going to go now. There's only 6 boxes remaining. And you see the replay of that 1, 7, and 8 pins for the spare for John Zappi. Both bowlers setting himself up for possibly $50 in bonus money. Dave got lucky. He's on a strike.
He'll get a second ball in this, Phil.
Ooh, disappointing 4 on the strike.
Does well to get 9 in that box. Leaves him just 2 to look at, the 1 and the 3, trying to mark in the 6th.
Just goes by the head pin on the left, but he gets a good break and leaves himself just the 1 and the 3.
Could not get the head pin.
Well, 2 open frames for our champ to work on, and he's going to fill the spare when he steps up on lane 35.
.194 his running score, 117 and then the 77 so far. Here's the fill for Zappi.
He gets just 3.
It's a little contagious.
4 on the strike for Dave Hodge. Didn't think he would gain any there, but he did gain a pin.
Oh, hold on. Looked like it was going to go.
Well, he can gain 1 and count. He's opposite of 9. These are all huge now going down the stretch. No.
Now opposite a 9 here as well in the 6th.
If you count the 9 box already put up by Dave, he's 2 pins ahead.
Not anymore.
Not anymore is right. Nope.
This would be a huge mark.
10 pin all by itself.
Got it. Key mark. John Zappi with a slight advantage as we get ready to go down the stretch in this heavyweight duel. Back with the finish after this. Row and beat some very good bowlers in the process.
There you go, and here's his score. His latest victim was Ed Tringali last week, 269, 218. But you see the one with Dan Gothier is huge because Dan had a triple strike there, and John survived that, 312, and that's where he set the record for the last show so far, the highest score. So will the streak end today, or will we add another name to that list? Dave Hodge has something to say about that.
Right now, an 8-pin advantage for Zappi, plus his next ball, because he had a mark in the 6th. 7th box for Dave Hodge. Finalist on our last taping a couple of years ago, the championship show. It's 7 to go, the 1, 3, 10 still up. Open here in the 7th.
Dropping that ball, you hear it just a little bit behind the foul line. It's taken a little bit off the ball and seems to hang the ball out to the right on him. He's opened 3 consecutive boxes. He needs the mark. Right through the middle.
marks off the 7. So a 9 and a 10, but no marks to be had.
Well, with this fill, our champ will push the lead into double figures. But if he was to throw 2 marks up here, or at least 1, he's going to have a good cushion going into that last 2 frames. Big ball here for our champ, John Zappi.
Gets him 8, 9. 9 huge pins.
Take a bite right here, kid.
2 marks in a row. It'd be 4 of 5 with marks for Zappi. Yes.
There's John, his wife, Leanne. Been here every step of the way.
So bonus money now a factor, but more importantly, he just wants to keep piling up the pins and the marks. Seven on the fill.
That would have put the proverbial nail in the coffin, I think, if he had one there. But Dave's still going to have a chance. He needs a couple big marks, preferably a double strike somewhere in there. But
overall lead, as you see, at 25.
How about that Hodge you finish, huh?
Hodge now in 9 and 10.
chance in the 2, 4, and 7.
He goes.
Oh, boy.
There's life. There's life in Dave Hodge.
You know, sometimes we get a lucky break like that. You bury the next ball for the strike, and that's what he needs right now. Pin comes back off the back wood and flips the 2-pin. Oh, he really pushed that ball.
And it looks like John Zappi, folks, is going to get that record. That is a 10. 121.
238 for his total.
So unless
John
he gets shut out over the last
That's
two.
right, yeah.
That'd be a real story.
238 right now. Stay behind the foul line and throw a couple balls. And
it's a record ball right here. Yes. 9 in a row. 9 weeks. Sign of a true champ. Marks yet again.
Come on, champ, drop a hammer, baby.
Move over Det Klein. It's all John Zappi's in the record book now. 9 weeks in a row and counting, of course. 9 on the fill. Decent effort by Dave Hodge. Really presented a strong challenge, especially early in the second game. There were some nervous moments for the champ, but in the end, he takes it by 29 pins. John Zappi still the champ 9 weeks in a row. Back to John Zappi makes it 9 weeks in a row as champ.
It's just an incredible streak, and Dave had him on the ropes there, but he came back with the two marks there, the 2 double spare, and he went in from there, and that's all she wrote. 9 in a row.
The bowling was terrific too, start to finish, including that challengers match. To wrap that up, we go to Trina. Trina?
Thank you very much, John. Well, I'm back with our challengers, Dave Hodge and Patrick Harvey. And Dave, you gave him a good battle there. You gave Zappi a good battle. How'd you feel it went?
It was a good match. I mean, I came back. I missed a lot of marks. I had an opportunity. I didn't capitalize on it. He's tough, though. I mean, he's a real tough bowler. You know, he can come back anytime. And, you know, I had a little bit back. Was within a few pins. And then, I mean, I lost it myself. I was missing the head pin too much. And this game to win, you got to hit the head pin, bottom line.
Yeah, you definitely got to hit that head pin. Yeah. And, Patrick, you found out about that today, too. Oh, yeah. You said you weren't nervous until you got up there. Tell me about that.
I had confidence in me. Then when I stepped up on the alley, I felt a little shiver through my body. So it took me a couple of boxes to shake that off. But by the time I shook it off, Dave was already out there. So it was a tough comeback, but I'll be back.
You'll be back. Anything can happen in one string, and that's what's tough about this challenge, but that's the way it goes. Back over to you guys.
Trina, thank you. Well, you did it. 9 in a row. You now move above Det Klein in the record books, but it wasn't easy today. There were some tense moments, especially at the start of game 2.
No, it wasn't easy at all. And I knew against Dave I had to throw some marks up there, and I got a break there when he threw the 4 on the strike. I came back with a couple marks after that, and it was on from there.
Well done.
You know, when you got a streak like this going, sometimes it takes a bad break or two. And I thought that we saw the 4-pin wobble and walk off the spot. You thought you had the spare. I thought, uh-oh, here we go. But you came right back with 2 marks when he had 2 up there, and that was the difference.
Yep, that was the difference right there. Yeah, that 4-pin has slid over a little. I did think I had it, but hey, that's a game of Candlepin bowling right there.
Congratulations, Sean.
How far can you go? It's at 9 now. Infinity and beyond, or what?
I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I got it going now. I know the next match, I got 2 good bowlers coming up, so we'll see what happens.
Well, it's been a lot of fun.
Thank you.
And we'll be back with you next week for that Challengers matches. This guy looks to make it 10 in a row. That'll do it for the Candlepin Challenge. It's time for the Candlepin Challenge, produced by CN8 in conjunction with the International Candlepin Bowling Association. Hi again, everybody, and welcome back inside the Woburn Bowlerdrome. John Holt with Dan Murphy. Our youth bowling is done for the season. We're back to the adults, and that means the return of our champ, Jeff Surette.
That's right, and we got about 8 weeks left in this season, and a lot to watch. We have Dan Gauthier, the only one that completed the triple strike, so that's still up for grabs. He could walk away with that entire $1,000 unless somebody can duplicate that. They're all trying to get in the top 3, and now you see the top 3 on the screen now. John Zappi and on the top, and of course Dan Gauthier, because of that triple strike, he sits on the bubble at that 290 score.
We will speak with Jeff, our returning champ, in just a second, but first we say hello as usual to Trina Fernandez.
Hello, John. And you were just saying we have the adults back. Well, maybe one adult back over here this week. We have Ed Woodside and Dave Hodge. And we're glad to see you back, Eddie. It's been since last year that you were on, but how's it going?
It's going pretty good so far.
And I heard that you had a tough match against Dave's team Friday night. Tell me about that.
Yeah, we're both in a traveling pro league on Friday nights, and I happened to hit his team Friday night. Big coincidence, and he bowled pretty good. He beat me.
Well, but he can't beat you twice in a couple of days, so you feeling good about your chances today?
That was actually my theory going into Friday night, that I was going to let him beat me and then hopefully take him today.
All right, we'll see what Dave has to say about that. How you doing, Dave?
How you doing?
Great.
Good to be back.
So last time you were on, you were having some female issues, but I think that's all been cleared up. Tell me about it.
Yeah, they're all behind me now. It's tough when you have a female sitting by your side, stuff pushing in the right direction. It's a lot easier than having someone that doesn't support it, So it's great. It's a good change, and I'm bowling real well lately, so I hope we can carry it over.
You want to give a shout out, her name and everything?
Hi, Christina.
New girlfriend, Christina, and I give her the thumbs up, by the way. Very well done.
Thank you.
All right, so how you feeling about your bowling today?
It's against me. I can't, 2 times in a row. It's like having Florida win 2, championships in a row. So, we'll see what happens.
See, a man after my own heart, talking about my Gators. All right, thanks very much, Dave. Back over to you, John.
Trina, thank you. Jeff, you bowled well, looking to make it 3 weeks in a row, but looking to get into that top 3, of course, and get back to that championship show. Is that on your mind?
Oh, definitely. I hope I can just, come out early with a couple marks, put myself in a good spot to do it.
Looking to get to that 290, 291 to better the score of Dan Gauthier. We're back with the Challengers match right after this on CN8. left. Takes out 5. Got the 2, 4, 7, 3, 9.
Oh, good effort there on a very difficult spare leave. Might get a sighting of Earl very early in the match.
Didn't
today.
take long.
There he is, slim and trim.
Crowd a little slow to get going today.
A lot of new faces. Apparently they don't know the celebrity status Earl has. That's a little better.
Many of them zoned in, I think, on that $775 jackpot for the Strike Challenge, which we will potentially give away coming up between games 1 and 2 of the championship match. So a 9, then a 10 for Dave Hodge. 19 over the first 2. Now Ed Woodside from Saugus. Takes out 4. With 4 horsemen right.
Ed was with us last year, bowled against his buddy Chuck Pizzola, and beat him 128-119 in the challenger match. Good 10 box by Ed. But then he had a tough time in the championship round and lost to Keith White 219 to 209.
Home lanes, Sunnyside lanes, and Danvers.
Oh, and a big
First
strike.
mark. A strike for Ed Woodside in the second, putting some early heat on Dave Hodge.
Here's a replay of that strike. This Dave Hodge has been with us a number of times. Wants that 5-pin to go. Possibilities with the wood out in front. He appeared back in November of 2002 the first time, losing by 1 pin, beating Bobby Backcourt by 1 pin. There's his first mark. Before losing to Kevin Davis, and Kevin Davis had a huge day, 317 to 221 as we look at that spare. And he came back in 03 against Mike Morgan and lost a tough one, 133 to 130. In that match, I remember Mike Morgan picked up this spread eagle to beat him.
Fill of 6 for Dave.
Then it goes on to 2004, 5 different appearances, 4 wins and a loss against Bob Whitcomb, Matt Dennehy, Dave Dupree.
Nearly made it back-to-back marks, leaving just the 10.
Ed Tringali, he beat 285 to 214 before losing to Sam D'Agostino 262 to 243. And I'll catch up with the rest of them as the match progresses here.
45 through 4 for Dave. Now it's Ed following that strike in the second.
Would mention Dave also has been in 2 of our season-ending championship shows. I'm sorry, 1. Lost to Bob Whitcomb. I'm sorry, he beat Bob Whitcomb in this final show, 132-124, before losing to our champ today, Jeff Surette, 264 to 254.
Earl on the job again. Early and often. The no look through the legs. Back-to-back marks? No. Missed opportunity for Ed, but it is a fill of 8 off the strike in the second. And a 10 box. The winner to meet Jeff Surette in what could be, should Dave Hodge win, a potential rematch of that championship match from the 04-05 season. Neighbor lanes.
Ed leaves the 1, 3, and 6.
He will be open in the 4th. 3 open boxes to go with that strike in the second.
Gets the 10.
Not leaving any pins is Ed Woodside, and he's up 3, 48 to 45. 10 of them. Strike for Dave Hodge.
Take a look at that strike. Someone said, now throw a real one. That was pretty good. Looking for the double. Leaves himself to 3, 5, 6, 10. Trying to go spare on strike.
It would be his third mark. Still looking at the 3, 6, and the 10. Pushes his score to 72 through 6 complete for Dave. Here's Ed opposite the strike in the 5th. He's the 4-10. Wood in the middle, as you can see, with our pin cam.
I don't know. I'd probably go where the 2 pins meet. He's going, he went too far right. Of course, it's easy to say after the pins stop flying around, but trails by 4 now. 62-58 through boxes completed. Opposite a 10 box by Dave Hodge.
Half Worcester left. Picks up 5 more, 3 remaining, the 1, 4, and 7. So right now it's a 5-pin deficit for Ed. He had the early lead, but now it belongs to Dave Hodge. It's 72-67.
This is almost the toughest part of the show, is to get out of this challengers match into the championship match. It's only 1 game. Drops 9, leaves the kingpin, the 5.
Shooting for his second spare. Misses to the left.
You know, he played the 1 in that last one, still had a clear shot at the 5-pin. I can't help but think he was debating whether or not he should play the wood on the second shot. He probably hadn't had his mind made up when he started his approach. Pulled it to the left. Wants that 10-pin to fall into the 6 almost, but looking at the 2, 4, 7 with the 6-pin.
Wood resting behind the 6. Open 3 in a row for Dave following that strike in the 5th. This time an 8. Up to 90.
Good opportunity for Ed Woodside to put a mark or 2 up.
Half Worcester plus the 7. Lose 1 in count with a 9. He was opposite the 10, so the lead grows to 6 through 7 complete.
So there's our champ waiting in the wings. And
Big
another strike.
for Ed Woodside in the 8th. Hold the phones. We're going to have an interesting finish.
There you see the strike off the ball of Ed Woodside in the 8th frame, and meanwhile he's exploded the pin so much that one of them rolled out in the lane, and Earl is on his way down. It's going to be all worn out. Ooh. Really nearly knocked down the 10 pin that time. Well, Dave Hodge, his final two. I would say he's going to need a mark. And he's got it.
Wow, what a clutch response. Third mark for Hodge, second strike. The fifth and now the ninth.
He's got to be thinking that Ed Woodside is sitting on a strike as well. So it's an important 10th frame for Dave Hodge. 4 horsemen to the left. Piece of wood coming up should keep the 2-pin in play, I would think. Would help him. Oh, 2 huge marks.
To get a bonus ball for his efforts.
120 and a ball. That means Ed Woodside is going to have 2 marks the final 2. Just 4. 124, I believe.
1-2-4 for Dave Hodge. Ed coming off the strike. He's got some work to do. Too shy of a double.
Get the 2 and the 5. Trying to go spare on strike. Oh, wow. Hit the 2-pin, 2 full, missed the 5.
Left a single pin up.
Well, he needs 20 in this last frame to tie. If he was going to win it, he's going to need a double strike. But 20 pins, spare, strike, strike, spare for the tie.
Weird bounce, but takes out 8.
He's got the 1-3. He's going to give himself a shot if he can get these 2. No.
So Dave Hodge will meet Jeff Surette again in a rematch of that championship show from the 2005 season. 124, 114, a 10-pin victory for Dave. And he is on to the championship match. It's next, right here. We are ready for our championship match. The challenger this week, Dave Hodge, to take on Jeff Surette. 2-game match, and as is custom, the champ will go first here in game 1. Jeff Surette, if you have watched the show with any regularity, you know all about this guy, our 2-time reigning overall champion, 2 weeks in a row this season, looking to build on that today.
Wants a 7 or the 10 to go. Neither one is going to cooperate.
Get some wood to the left surrounding the 7.
Jeff, of course, has started in 2004 with us, and what an impressive record. The record now stands at 12-4. We'll start going down through some of his highlights, but I guess the championship show back in 2004, 2005, where I said he beat Dave Hodge 264, 254. And then last year's show beat Craig Holbrook 140 to 115 before knocking off John Bird 289 to 206. So as John said, 2 years in a row, and that's one of the reasons why. Makes some terrific shots, terrific bowler, but Dave Hodge got his own resume. It's quite impressive, as you see that spare by Jeff Surette.
Dave won in the challengers match 124-114. Beating Ed Woodside to advance. Three and the 5. Still up. Matches the 9 from Jeff in box 1.
Is Dave's girlfriend,
Christina.
all smiles. She smiles that for a 9-box. Boy, what you doing for a strike here? Big supporter of Dave's now. Half was to right for Dave. Good effort. 5:10 left, and our champ, no doubt, will take the early lead when he gets up to fill the spare.
Couple 9s for Dave, totaling 18. Jeff, in the big picture, going for the three-peat as overall champ, needs to qualify for that show.
That's right.
He needs to surpass. There you go. With a shot like that, he may be on his way. Needs to get past the 290 right now. That's the third place qualifier. Dan Duffy.
That ball looked like it was 10 inches in diameter going into the pocket. There's just no doubt about that one. He's looking for the double. Spread eagle. The dreaded spread eagle. Six on the strike gives him 45 through 3. 54 through 4.
Dave needing his first mark, looking for his first mark. He'll shoot for it here in the third.
Everything but the 5. I'm just wondering, John, how good is the Gators baseball team? Because, geez, if they ever win the baseball championship here, we won't be able to keep Trina in check. Ooh. As most of you probably know, that Trina graduated from University of Florida, and she always talks about her Gators. Of course, winning basketball and then football, or football then basketball. If they ever win baseball, I don't know. Light hit, wants the 10-pin to go for the strike. Looking for his first mark.
Wood right in front. Got it. Get the spare in the fourth.
There she is. There's the Florida Gator now. Oh boy. 2 strikes in a row on that lane 35, and they were huge. They just didn't have a chance of staying up. Watch the pins fly. This time he picks on the 1-3 pocket. Last time was the 1-2. Triangle 3, 5, and 6. Trying to make it consecutive marks again. And he does. Spare on strike.
4 total in this game. 2, 3, 5, and now 6.
Sets himself up for some bonus money. Remember, 3 marks in a row. Any combination, $50. $50 for everyone in that consecutive streak. And Dave Hodge sets himself up for possible bonus money with a strike on spare. You see the replay of that one.
Off 7.
Yeah, off the head pin to the left and leaves the 1, the 8, and the 10.
Can still pick up the $50 in bonus money with a spare.
Oh, man.
77 through 6. And it's time for our first break in the championship match. Good one. Jeff Surette and Dave Hodge in a good match here for the championship this week. Game 1 onto the 7th box. And Jeff efforting to make it 3 marks in a row. Strike in the 5th, spare in the 6th, now here in the 7th.
We needed the 10 pin to go to give him a real good shot at the spare, but he's going to look at the 2, 4, and 10. Could play it on the inside of that 2 pin and have everything come off the left sidewall. So the streak stops at 2 again as far as marks. 101 through 7.
Coming up between game 1 and game 2, our audience member, Steve Smith, will attempt to win the $775 jackpot in the strike jackpot. Rolls a strike, he gets the money. If not, it's $50 for a spare, otherwise $1 per pin. Stephen Smith from Medford. That jackpot has been growing since week 1. We've had 1 winner.
And for the first time in the match, Jeff goes 2 boxes without a mark of any kind.
110 through 8.
Dave Hodge trailing by 14. Good chance to get right back in this match.
Leaves the 2, 4, and 6. That's an 8. Loses a couple in count. If he can post a mark here in the 8th, it'll be very tight.
Oh, that was buried in the 1-3. And what has he got to show for it? The 7, the 8, and the 10. Piece of wood out in front, but either end, it's got to come off one of the sidewalls to give him any help. So he can't take advantage of the 2 open frames by Jeff Surette.
Down by 16 right now. 110 to 94. And here's Jeff in the 9th. Game 1 of 2.
A light hit this time on lane 35. 2-5-10.
Leaves the 2 and the 10. So now 3 in a row open for Jeff. 7, 8, and 9. A 10 and 2 9s. At 91 through 7. 119 through 9.
See where that wood settles down. Definitely possibilities there with a 5 and 7. Whoa, it was a little stubborn. 7-pin was a little stubborn to go down. Finally toppled over for the spear. 129 in the ball. Here's a replay of that. Watch that 7-pin. Just nudges from behind and finally goes down.
Adds another 8 to his total. 137 in game 1. Solid score for Jeff. Dave, 9 of 10.
Right back with a solid 9-pin drop, leaving just the 6.
Got it for a spare.
This guy's
Third mark.
This guy's not going away. Dave Hodges, as I read you his resume in the Challengers match, he's been here a number of times, and so the lights, the cameras don't seem to affect this guy.
Fill of 5. clustered together now.
All right, come on.
That's an 8. So it's a 20-pin advantage. 137 to 117. Game 2 to follow. Plus our strike challenge next on CNN.
Strike challenge, and it's up to $7,500. So not bad. We've got Stephen Smith here today. Stephen, you feeling lucky?
I hope so.
And where are you from?
Medford, Mass.
You watch the show a lot?
All the time.
So you know how this works.
Yep, one ball, get a strike. If not, do the best you can after that.
And how much are you going to win if you get that strike?
$775.
All right. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right, Stephen with a chance to win a real big jackpot of $775. Here goes.
Oh!
10.
A pretty good effort there.
$50 now for the spare if he can knock these two down. Yes! Well done. Stephen Smith from Medford walks away with $50. Nearly at the strike. High fives from some of the bowlers. Back now to the championship match. It's game 2. Dave Hodge, the challenger, to go first with some work to do. Down 20 pins. He also takes out 8. Much like Stephen did. Leaving the 2-5. Early mark for Dave Hodge. He's going to need a series of those to catch up and surpass Jeff Surette.
It's the way to start, though. Down by 20.
The fill now in box 2. Just 5, make it, no, 5, no, 6. It is 6.
1-2 with a 6-10 in the right-hand corner. Good effort on trying to make it 2 spares in a row. $26 following the 10 bucks. Jeff put up a 137 in game 1. Joining us from Draken. Takes that 5. With a 1, 2, 4, 6, 10. So Dave Hodge will get a few of those pins back.
$7 gained by Dave in that exchange. Box 2, game 2 for Jeff. Takes out 8. Leaves the 2-6.
Tries to cut that 2-pin into the 6. So he'll be open in the first 2.
Pair of 9s for Jeff. He should have 155 to 143 for Dave.
Lead is 12 pins for our champ, Jeff Surette. 3-6 on the right, 4-7 in the left-hand corner for Dave Hodge. Piece of wood in between the 3 and the 6. Just missed. missed cutting the 3-pin over.
An 8 in box 3. Dropped 7.
Leaves the high-low jack, the 1, 7, and 10 pins. Some wood that could help. Oh, terrific shot.
Beauty of a spare in the 4th for Dave.
Gets the 1 and the 10 right away, and then the 10 pin finally comes over and knocks down the 7. Great spare.
Jeff takes out 5. Gives the 2, 4, 3, 6, 10.
Oh boy, what a terrific try. Cut the 2 pin and went in between the 3 and the 6. Took out the 6, 10, but never touched the 3 pin.
So his 3rd consecutive 9 gets him to 164. Opposite his spare here in the 4th. In good position to get a mark of his own. Got it. Matches that mark, the spare of Dave Hodge in the 4th. Dave's fill now. Just 4.
It's disappointing because he hit the head pin with that ball, but just a little too full, and as John said, just 4 on that spare.
And only 7 in the box. Loss of momentum for Dave Hodge, at least temporarily.
Oh, right back, solid 9-pin drop, leaving the 8-pin.
Chance to grab that momentum back in a big way.
He wants to avoid that.
Dave. Converts.
Dave threw the ball. That piece of wood could have been removed. That was out of play.
Jeff's fill. 7.
That one's
Earl on the scene. Kind of a tepid response from the crowd.
Yeah. Somebody said that's 4 today. Somebody's counting. Oh, terrific spare. He made it look easy, but with the sleeper in the back, the 8-pin, that was really a tough shot.
So 2 spares in a row for Jeff. 4 and now 5.
Drops 9.
If he can get the 10, it'll be bonus money.
Doesn't want that wood to turn. It's got a good angle right now, but turn to slightly. I think he has to be left of the red line. Or go right by it. That thought never entered my mind. That's how all I'm getting.
3 in a row.
Anytime I can play the wood, I will.
He's a champ for a reason. Back with more after this. Self trailing right now. Both bowlers coming off marks in the 6th, though. In fact, Jeff has 3 in a row. Here's Dave, his fill in the 7th.
Dave needs some bonus money, too, because that's what's going to get back in the match. Again, hitting the head pin. 2 full again on lane 35. Game of inches sometimes. And a disappointing 6.
Gotta dig deep, try to finish strong, make it a match.
Get him down.
The 1 and the 2 still staring him down.
It's almost must mark here in the 8th for Dave Hodge.
Can't do it. Slides by the 1. And open again. 6 and a 9 here at 7 and 8. Jeff's on a run of marks, 3 in a row. Already has $50 in bonus money. 5, 9, and 10.
Oh, terrific. Another $50. Terrific shot. That's what you call being creative. Sorry, they only can give him $50 extra for that. Should probably give him a couple hundred for that shot.
Showing off his repertoire.
Oh, and a strike on that.
What a way to follow it up. 4 spares and now a strike.
I'm not going to say anything that might jinx him, but you people can do the math. Jeff needs to continue marking. He's got a terrific game going.
Final box coming up for Dave. And he'll finish the final 4 frames open. Lost some steam down the stretch to Dave Hodge. It's 105 in this game, a total of 222. Now to the story of our champ, who's red hot with 5 marks in a row.
He would love a double strike right here. Whoa, that close.
Got the spare at 6 in a row. The bonus money continues to build up to $200. Takes out 7. Tough one though. 2, 4, 10.
Needs to split the 2, get the 10 pin. No. Of course, people are adding at home. He needed that mark to have a chance at that 3rd place spot in the final show of the season. Very close. 283.
Needed to get to 290 to tie Dan Gauthier. Instead, he falls 7 pins shy, but wins again, and he'll be back next week. We're back for the wrap-up. Just not strong enough to get to that 290 number, though.
Dan Gauthier survives another week. It was close. I didn't want to jinx him, but I knew he had a good shot at it, and he hit that last that last box, but just left himself almost an impossible split.
We'll get Jeff's reaction in just a minute, but first we say hello again to Trina.
Hello again, John, and I'm back again with Ed Woodside and Dave Hodge, and they're both a little disappointed right now. Eddie, what happened?
I just didn't have it today. You know, Dave's a good bowler. You got to bowl good to beat him. I had a couple of shots, and I still thought I had a shot at the end. He marked out, and, you know, he did a good job. He beat me.
Well, that does happen, but we hope to see you back again. And Dave?
It's tough. You know, I mean, I hope, you know, finishing strong on the other string would carry over a little bit, and it didn't. You know, you have those days sometimes. I was hitting the head pin, and that's what you're supposed to do. And, you know, Jeff bowled great. You know, he's a great bowler. Being only down 20 pins after the first string, I said, well, you know, I could be down a lot more, you know what I mean? But against him, you know, you got to be perfect. You know, you can't miss anything. And he was a better bowler today, you know. But I was the Florida against Eddie, so, you know, 2 in a row. So I got lucky, you know. But it was fun. I'll be back next year, so.
You did represent my Gators. And by the way, I have to tell everybody, I did not pay him to say that.
No, she didn't. Absolutely not. Thank you.
Well, at least you still have the girl.
Absolutely. That's fantastic. She's here with her family. It's, you know, it's excellent. Couldn't ask for anything better.
All right. Well, we hope to see you both back again soon, gentlemen. Back over to you, John.
Trina, thank you. Jeff, you came close and you knew it. You were doing the math and you were trying to get to that 290 total, falling just a little short.
Yeah, almost. I mean, in the 10th, I needed another mark. Would have made it a lot easier if I had the double in the 9th, but almost.
I understand you bowled a 10-game match last night as we tape this on a Sunday. Is that affecting you at all, or are you just a young guy, a lot of energy?
No, it was just a little warm-up, you know, get me ready for today.
Well, we'll have you back next week. Good luck then.
Thank you.
And we'll see you two as well next week, right here on the Candlepin Challenge. It's time for the Candlepin Challenge, produced by CN8 in conjunction with the International Candlepin Bowling Association. Hi again, everybody, and welcome back inside the Woburn Bowlerdrome. John Holt with Dan Murphy, and again, John Zappi is on a streak 3 weeks in a row right now.
Yeah, and last week was just very proficient in what he did. The scores aren't real high. He converted the spares he had to, but most devastating is that third ball. He just doesn't leave any pins standing.
Bowling like a pro. We'll talk to John in just a few minutes, but first, we say hello to Trina Fernandez, standing by with the challengers. Trina?
Thank you very much, John. Today, we welcome back Skip Easterbrooks and Jake.
It's time again for the Candlepin Challenge, produced by CN8 in conjunction with the International Candlepin Bowling Association. Well, hi again, everybody, and welcome back inside the Woburn Bowlerdrome. John Holt with Dan Murphy, and last week we got a new champ in Jason Doucette as he dethroned John Zappi.
Yeah, and doing that, he survived the triple strike. I talked to him after the show, and he says, listen, I don't have an opponent. My opponent is the pins, and that's a great attitude to have, and he never wavered at all, and he came back and won the match.
We'll hear more about how he survived that when he speaks with us in just a minute. But first, we say hello to Trina Fernandez, standing by with the challengers. Trina?
Thank you very much, John. Well, we've got a big Happy Lynn reunion going on over here. Joe Tavernese and Mike Morgan, who we haven't seen in a while, but it's great to see both of you back here again, and you both have friends you'd like to introduce.
Yes, I do. This is my grandson, Rylan. He come down here to cheer me on today. He loves bowling.
The Woburn Bowlerdrome. John Holt with Dan Murphy and our CN8 crew, and Jason Doucette looking to make it 3 weeks in a row as the champ.
And we know how hard that is, John, and new blood against him every week, but he's been up to the task so far, even surviving that triple strike 2 weeks ago.
Against John Zappi. 2 potentially tough challengers today, though, and to meet them, we say hello to Trina Fernandez. Trina?
Thank you, John. Today I have the pleasure of talking to Hawk Halas and Dave Hodge. Hawk, we'll start with you. Been a year since we've seen you, but it's so good to have you back here again. What have you been up to?
Thank you. I tried a bunch of roll-offs, but I come in through it a couple of times, and it's tough now. You got a lot of young good bowlers coming up, and I gotta throw 5 really good strings. So, and I finally got a hold of one last week and need them, and here I am.
Well, I know some of those younger bowlers look up to you, and one of the big ones is right here. Dave, how long have you been looking up to Hawk Halas?
Since I was 8 years old. I've been bowling for 19 years, and he's one of the great ones in the game, so it's always a tough match when you bowl against him.
Well, good luck to you today, and I know you have some big news to share with the audience.
Yeah, I just got engaged. My fiancée, Christina's there with my mother and sister and the rest of my family and friends. So I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be fun today. So.
Well, congratulations to you. We're very happy for you.
Thank you very much.
It's all one big happy family here. Back over to you, John.
Trina, thank you. Jason, you wait, you watch, you see who wins that very competitive challengers match. What's your approach? You were a challenger yourself 2 weeks ago, but as you wait and watch as the champ, Anything you do pay attention to the competition?
Not really. I just really try to focus on my game when I'm up here, and that's all you really can do, just focus and just, you know, pluck away.
It's been the right approach so far. Good luck today.
Thank you very much.
Back with the Challengers match right after this on CN8.
My closet was a jungle, or at least it felt that way to me.
With us for another edition of the Candlepin Challenge on CN8, and there's a look at today's challengers. Dave Hodge, deep breath as he goes first versus Rich Hawk Halas. One-game challengers match. The winner advances to that two-game championship match to take on Jason Doucette, our two-time reigning champ. Dave joining us from Methuen, Massachusetts. Drops a half dozen, leaves the four horsemen right. No, make that four horsemen minus the 1, 3, 6, and 10.
Oh.
Dave has had some success in the past on this program, advancing to our championship show. Good Candlepin bowler, no doubt. 10 box to start. He recently engaged Dave Hodge, as we learned with Trina, the opening of the show. Drops 7.
Looking at the 2, 9, and 10, but he got a piece of wood next to the 2, which may help.
Yes! Spare for Dave in the second. I think we just saw the engagement ring in that shot when he got a low 5 from,
Was that the
from Christina.
That blinded us there, that little flash? Wow.
Halas. He's also looking at the 3, 6, 10. Nine to open with for Rich. Lane 36 takes down a half dozen. It's the 5, 3, 6, 10. There's a good look from our pin cam.
Oh, should have had that one. Pretty good hit. Took out the 3, 6, and 10, but left the 5 pin.
There goes the king for 10, 19.
Early lead for Dave Hodge, and he'll increase that 1 pin advantage by the number of pins he knocks down in this first ball.
That'd be 8. The 3 and the 4 remain. Not leaving any pins up. A 10, a spare 8, and then a 10. As we look at Christina, that's Dave's fiance. Front and center. Great view of the action.
Two, 4, 10, and again, piece of wood that could help him clear out that 10 pin. Two terrific spares off the ball of Dave Hodge, both on lane 36.
Turning up the heat early on Hawk Halas. 10, last one to go. The Hawk takes out all 10 himself.
Just barely caught the head pin, but boy, wow, a lot of mixing action down there off the ball of Hawk Halas. That's the head pin knocking the 3-pin down, and the 6 finally goes for the strike, looking for 2 in a row.
Only the 7 remains. A couple weeks back, John Zappi became the first bowler this season to tap into that triple strike $1,000 pool.
2 in a row for Hawk.
So just when it looked like Hodge was thinking about pulling away, here comes Hawk Halas with 2 marks. Look at a good one. The fill for Dave.
Oh, nice strike. Fell.
And now bonus money potential.
Looked like the 7-10 for a while. 10 pin goes down, and then finally the 7. Not a bad break. Missing the head pin. 1, 3, 4, 7. Couple pieces of wood behind. Another one in between the 1 and the 4. Makeable spare if he catches the head pin. That close. For a spare, that close to bonus money.
Up to 86 through 6.
$50 in bonus money.
And the Hawk is hot.
The Hawk is soaring.
Strike, spare, strike. 3, 4, 5. Fall. 1 and the 2 left.
Chance for another $50 if you can corral the 1 and the 2.
Some major intensity with these 2 guys in the challenges round. Eh?
Well, there's a reason there's only 1 pin separating both of them. With this pin, it could be a 2-pin advantage for Hawk. No, it's still only going to be 1.
87-86. 4 boxes remaining. Each bowler with 3 marks apiece. 2 strikes for Hawk, 2 spares for Dave. Three, 7, 10. Cleans up by getting the last 2, 10 bucks. It's a 96. Big spare in the 8th.
those 3 spares made in the string are just some of the finest shots we've seen in a long time. Not easy spares.
Disappointed members of the audience.
This is not an easy spare. You can see he has to hit it way up in the left-hand tip of that wood and drive it back.
He does it. That's a veteran move, folks.
Made it look easy, and it wasn't.
This ball is big on the fill. If he can match the mark from Dave, make it difficult for Dave Hodge over the final 2. It's a good fill of 8. 1-9.
1 and 9, and a piece of wood rolling down and next to the 9.
Rolling back away a little bit. Converts. That is huge.
He's got a 9-pin advantage going to the final 2. Both bowlers working on spares. Wow, back and forth we go. Oh, wow, he buried that ball.
Wants a refund on that one.
I don't blame him. 6, 7, 9, no wood. He's going to have to shoot like the 10-pin was up and just catch the 6-pin going by. Oh, very nearly pulled it off. Boy, it's going to be a shame for either one of these bowlers to lose this match. Oh, terrific.
10 box. He's going to need a mark here. He's at 123 with a frame to go.
Yeah, I agree with you, John. He would have to put a mark up here. Again, in the pocket, and look at this, the 8 and the 10 to show for it. But this time he's got a couple pieces of wood. So far, he's been magical with that, playing the wood. See if he can pull another one off. He's going to take a look, walk up to the foul line, take a look. I think you have to go far left.
Things are looking very good for Hawk Halas.
Well, it all depends on what he gets. He can't make a mistake on this spare. He's at a 135 clip right now, plus this bonus ball. So if he has a decent fill, I agree. He's in the driver's seat, but he cannot make a mistake on the spare.
Needs 19 more pins to get past Dave.
Oh, that's only 3. So leads by 5.
Big second ball, needs it.
Ooh. Now what do you do? Do you go for the head pin or do you go for 2? Interesting.
Probably go for 2.
That would give him a 2-pin advantage opposite a 10 box. He's going for them all. Gutsy move. He needs a mark now. No, he doesn't. He needs a 10 box. 9 to tie, 10 to win.
So a chance for Dave Hodge.
Oh. I wonder if he would have taken it. Of course, if he ball cut a little more on that last ball, he would have picked up the head pin plus a couple more, but very gutsy move on Hawk's part. Oh,
there's your winner.
Strike. Wow.
What a clutch shot from the Hawk.
Wow. Here's that last ball he just threw for the strike. Double!
Back live, 2 in a row.
Well, John Zappi, you could take a few bucks out of your pocket. John's the only one that's completed the task of triple strike. Hawk Halas has a shot at it right now. Of course, it'd be worth $50 if he can throw the strike.
Strong finish. Nice victory for Hawk Halas in a very competitive match between two terrific bowlers. Time for the Hawk to fly on.
Dave Hodge couldn't have done anything else. I mean, he left one pin standing, got 4 marks, filled them well, 133. That'll win a lot of challengers matches.
With the 149 from Hawk Halas, the top score on this day. Jason Doucette, the 2-time champ, to start 2-game championship match, and he will
start it with a strike.
Yes, had to wait. Finally went though, that 10th and final pin.
There you see the replay of the strike. Drop 7, 2-4-7, trying to make it spare on strike. Might be a little roadblock with that piece of wood out front, though. Hard from this angle to tell. I guess it wasn't a roadblock. Spare on strike. Wow, didn't much
money from Dan.
Your daughter only won $10, but here's $500 more for that college she's going to, right? Suffolk?
Yeah, Suffolk University, yeah. She'll need it.
And Hawk, we'll see you in a month. The youth bowlers the next 4 weeks. You're back after that. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Looking forward to it.
That'll do it for the Candlepin Challenge. We thank you for watching. It's time again for the Candlepin Challenge, produced by CN8 in conjunction with the International Candlepin Bowling Association. Hi again, everybody, and welcome back inside the Woburn Bowlerdrome. John Holt with Dan Murphy. Hawk Halas is back this week, chasing his 7th championship in a row.
Absolutely. He's been knocking off some quality Candlepin bowlers, too, but this week, another fresh bowler is going to face him, and a seasoned veteran as well.
It's going to be someone who's pretty good, and either Dave Hodge or Klein. They are the challengers this week. We're going to talk to Hawk Halas in just a minute. Big news for him last week as he moved into that top 3 with the 2-game totals, barely getting past Jason Doucette at 269. And Hawk, you're in that group, but I know you'd like to improve upon that score.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's not. It would be something special to be in the top 3 at the end of the year, but you know, you take 1 week at a time, and I got 2 tough bowlers here. Like Danny says, you know, Dave Hodge is probably looking for a little revenge on me from before, and you get a legend like Klein, 2 good bowlers, so it'll be interesting.
We're looking forward to it. The Challengers match is next, right here on CN8. We find out if Hawk Halas can make it 7 championships in a row. First things first, though, and it's a good Challengers match. Looks that way on paper. Klein all set to go against Dave Hodge. One of the best ever in Candlepin bowling, Klein, who himself won 8 weeks in a row on this show. 1-game Challengers match. He'll take out 7. So Det will be open. First box. That 8 weeks in a row streak stood for a while before John Zappi bettered it last season with 9 in a row. And of course now Hawk Halas looking to make it 7 straight this week. A 9 for the legend Klein to start, joining us from Marlborough, Massachusetts. told me before the show, it's a little tougher for him to qualify these days. Still a good bowler, but a lot of competition out there.
Certainly is. That's been doing this a long time. Leads himself to 610.
Turn 9s to 18. Dave Hodge, a relatively young bowler, but an accomplished one who's had success on this very program. From Methuen, his first ball, lane 35, box 1.
Oh, wow.
Take that. An early message to the competition.
Oh, hey, James Briand from Whitensville, Mass. We got a little story about him. When Dave was in the final roll-off, he had bowled 2 games, and James really looks up to Dave, one of his favorite bowlers. So he asked him for an autograph, and Dave gave him the autograph. And then after the next string, he gave James there a bowling ball, saying, listen, this is for you. It's a lucky bowling ball. And he took it home with him. Dave comes back the next game and throws a 150-something to make the TV show. So he's here, and he has a lucky bowling ball. James has a lucky bowling ball with him, and come to watch his favorite bowler, Dave Hodge. Great story.
And Dave's off to a good start, too, up 10 now, 28-18 through 2 boxes. Det looking for his first mark, drops 8.
Det Klein in this show has been with us, or he has. Let's check that piece of wood here, and not Earl, but Rick Mahan is going to take a. Yeah, really, everyone wants to take a look. We can see from the monitor that it's okay, and Rick takes a quick exit left.
Not the debut he had dreamed of,
no.
but still some face time.
He does have the same speed that Earl has, but we'll see as the day goes on if he's still got that top speed.
And stamina, too, becomes an issue.
Absolutely. Off the wall, and he gets it.
Took a little waiting, but it happens. Spare in the 3rd.
Det has a record of 26-11 on our show,
which is a terrific percentage, winning percentage.
Just the number of times he's been with us dates all the way back to 2002. Had a triple strike. Had to split that one, I think, with Mike. Yeah, I should remember his name. I'll think of it. 7 on the spare. But he's a seasoned veteran, that's for sure. That gives him 44. Mike Poulin, I believe it was.
Fall for Dave. It's the left corner, the 4-7, wood right in front. His second mark, strike in the first, spare now in the 3rd. Good crowd on hand here at the Bowlerdrome to watch 2 terrific bowlers in the Challengers match. It's a pin away from making it 3 marks over the first 4 and 2 spares in a row. Good look at the wood from the pin cam.
Ideally, you want to be left of that red line.
Got it.
No problem. 2 in a row, and like John said, 3 out of 4 boxes marks.
And a mark away from bonus money. 3 in a row gets you $50.
Doucette trips out the 6-10, leaves himself the 2 and a 4. Trying to corral his second mark. Oh, just slide by the 2-pin.
Consecutive 9s as he makes the turn over to box 6. Our strike challenge jackpot, by the way, is at $500.
Drop 7, 2, 4, 5.
Someone from the audience will shoot for that half a grand later in the program.
Wow, half a grand. You sure it's that high? I thought it was 500. Oh, no luck on the triangle. 2, 4, 5. Leaves that 4-pin. Just kidding, folks. People are saying, no wonder he has trouble with math. 62.
This would be for $50 if Dave can get a strike or a spare for his 3rd mark in a row. Half Worcester as he punches out 2 on the left side. 2-8. Can he convert the half Worcester for $50? No go.
$67 and a 14-pin advantage through completed frames, which would be the 5th, opposite a 9 box by Klein. Leaves the 6-pin.
Got it. His 4th mark. 3 spares and a strike at 77 and counting. Box 7 for Doucette. Has a chance here for a mark.
He's not going to like that piece of wood out way out in front of the 9-pin, though. 2 pieces and not good. Oh, that's a great shot. I'm sure people at home saying, what's so hard about that? But you never know when that pin is looking at you and you cap it just how it's going to react. And to push it straight back like that, that's phenomenal. Ball had to be just right in the center of that pin.
See how we can follow it up.
Four horsemen right through 1, 3, 6, and 10. Trying to go 2 in a row and much needed, really. Trailing by some 15 plus the ball on Dave Hodges' spare.
Back to back.
2 in a row. I put Klein in the same class as Rich Halas, Hawk Halas, as far as you got to beat these guys. These guys will keep coming at you as long as it's mathematically possible. There's no give up in their vocabulary. Oh, they got
7 end up going. They keep falling, maybe more. Yes, 8.
It's only an hour show, Dave.
The 1 and the 7. Try to cut it over, but the 7 stays up.
No, that's a 9.
Hey, come on, right back and sit on
9 box. That slid off and caught the wood in the channel.
Opposite a spare here. If he's open and Dead has a good fill, it could get interesting. Two, 4, 6.
So he'll be open, these two, opposite 2 marks by Det Klein. So that's going to find himself down, but he's got a chance to cut into that and make this match very close. 16 pins minus this ball. So he would need at least another mark, I would say. He'd love to put 2 more up and make Dave mark the last 2. Oh no, you heard it. Oh no, he said when he threw it. Just 2. That hurt.
That is the half Worcester guy from Marlboro, which is about halfway to Worcester from Boston. Of course, he didn't want that at that point. It's an 8. 2 shy now, the century mark at 98. Final box for Det Klein. Hoping to go out by making some noise. 2 pins away from a spare. Got it. He'll get 1 bonus ball. 1 away plus this ball.
The only hope is to throw a strike on this and then hope Dave Hodge has a few bad frames, which is not likely the caliber of bowler Dave Hodge is. Best he can do is 118.
Gets to 116. So Dave's going to need 13 pins to win it. 13 pins over the final 2. Gets 8 of them right there. And possibly looking at his 5th mark. He has 3 spares and a strike so far. This is his 4th spare. That's going to make it official. Dave Hodge on to take on Halas. Rematch between these two from when Hawk knocked Dave out in the Challengers match earlier. You think Hodge is looking forward to it or what? You bet. It starts next right here on our championship match today in front of a strong crowd of the Bowlerdrome as Dave Hodge, your challenger, up against Halas, who is shooting for his 7th week in a row as King of the Hill. These two met earlier in the season. The Challengers match won by Halas, 149-133 over Dave Hodge.
They know each other well. In fact, that started, Rich, that's his streak. Took a while. Let's take a look at this one. That's the head pin, folks. Takes a left-hand turn. Takes out that 8-pin.
And a fill of 9.
Seven pin? No.
Wanted that one ball to go instead. 29 for Hawk through 2.
They've got a lot of rooters here, including his fiancée, Christina. Ouch. 2-pin out of there.
Two in the back row left for the third ball. Gets the 7. Well done.
Ball seems to be exploding off his ball when he gets it in there. Those strikes are going quickly. Watch this one. Right in the 1-2, the 1-3 pocket.
Seven. If it only sounded as good as it, well, if it was as good as it sounded, no problem.
Well, he's thinking back on that second box, that 7-pin. That would have been 3 in a row for $50. He uses the wood effectively next to the 6-pin, all the way over into the 7 for his second mark. 2 out of 3 boxes, both spares. 39 plus the bonus ball.
Had a fill of 9 the first time around. This time it's 6.
This time, much more difficult spare leave, 2, 4, 6, 10.
$54 through 4 for Hawk.
Right, brother, let's go.
He was thinking double strike. Instead, he punches out the 1, the 8, and the 9. Spread eagle plus the kingpin in the middle, the 5.
Phil adds up to 8. Here's a chance. It would be his second mark.
Avoid the wood to the left. He's going to shoot right at the pin.
Two good bowlers, both with 2 marks apiece. Hawk off the headpin to the left will take out 4.
He was fortunate there. I think he put up 2 fingers. He thought he was going to have the half Worcester left. Oh, great recovery. Is it enough to knock it down? It is. I'll tell you, lane 35 has been good for for Hawk Halas. Got a mark in spares in the first, the third, and the fifth, all lane 35. He can solve 36. He's got a big score.
Seven on the fill.
Head pin plus the 9-10.
All right.
.79 his score through 6. After that 8 in the 6th. Here's Dave now, box 5.
3-6-10 in the 8-pin. Don't care for that piece of wood between the 3 and the 6. It isn't turned enough. Didn't have the good angle to cover the 10 or the 8-pin. Pin advantage for our champ. Oh boy. Drops 8. That's the good news. The bad news, he leaves the 7 and the 9. And not much there.
Dave open, 2 in a row. And the champ is going to have a 10-pin advantage, 6 boxes into game 1 of 2. Can Hawk Halas make it 7 weeks in a row? We will find out before the hour is over next week for our next taping on Sunday, February 10th.
That's right. February 10th, as John said, we start about 9:15 in the morning. And hey, come down. You might have your name drawn out, too, for our strike challenge, which is $500 today. Who knows what it will be next week? Hopefully it'll be $525 for somebody, but I know Joe Maloney might have something to say about that.
He's the guy this week that'll go after the $500, and the jackpot could grow by the time you are with us on the 10th of February, just a few days before Valentine's Day. I'd buy a big box of chocolate if you could win the jackpot. Hawk Halas with the lead by 10 pins, operating now in the 7th.
Well, this is his lane so far today. It's lane 35, drops 9, leaves the kingpin. We'll have to check that one.
No Earl today.
Oh, he stepped on the foul light on the other lane going down there. But he'll learn. He's a rookie. That's it. Oh, boy. Yes.
Not bad.
Not bad, yeah. He's got to work on the gracefulness a little bit. Oh, already he's waving at the cameras. First day here. My. It took Earl weeks, not months, before he acknowledged the camera. Just heard from the truck. They have that stat down there. It was season 3 before Earl waved at the camera. Rick waves at the camera the first week here. It's pretty good.
The fill now for Hawk after the spare.
He cannot solve lane 36, and it's not because he's not throwing a good ball over there. That was right in the pocket. Leaves himself the triangle 4-7-8 with a 10. Oh, look at this.
Last month in the January 2nd edition of the Revere Journal, there was a nice article by Carrie Schumann about Hawk Halas' run here on the program on CN8. learned some interesting info about Hawk, too, including the fact that he was a 3-sports standout at Chelsea High School. Football, basketball, and baseball. Pretty good bowler, too.
Does it say anything in there about him bowling me on TV once?
It doesn't mention that.
Yeah. Sure. Sure.
Would that not have been a highlight on his resume?
Probably not, because he went down in defeat. That's when we were both a lot younger. Five, 7, 8, 9. Piece of wood way out in the front. Oh, terrific shot.
Vocal support for Dave Hodge, as you can hear.
Plays the wood, gets the triangle. The ball comes back for the 7-pin. Drop of 6. Pulls them within 10 pins of our reigning champ.
He's opposite a 10 box right now.
Oh, 2 in a row and 2 terrific shots by Dave Hodge.
Watch Dave's reaction. Is he pumped? You bet.
Oh.
So's James Briand, who's with him today. His young fan in the background, sitting in the seats right up front.
You may see Jamie's back. If this is a victory for Dave, you might see him here next week, too. Be a long ways to go.
That'll be a 9, not a 10. Gets him to 114 through 9 boxes.
Big strike on the 10th.
Couple extra balls coming up.
Double up. Come on now. Score another one. Come on.
Looking for the double strike. But it's going to be a great finish, this final box for Hawk Halas. Much needed, because his challenger, David's got 2 marks in a row.
134, it's a good score. I think a week ago in game 1, he was up at 145. But he'll take the 134.
Come on, Harvey. Keep it going, bud.
Dave can get $50 with another mark. He has 2 in a row, 2 spares in a row, looking for his 3rd and bonus money.
Yes, he does. $50. It's going to go a long ways to maybe having the lead going into the second game.
Just the 7 for 50 more. 4 in a row.
And lead, or possibility of the lead anyways.
Got it. One ball coming up. Chance to move into the lead.
Anything over 3, he will have the lead against our champ.
Gets it. Up by 3 pins, 137-134. How will Halas do bowling from behind? We'll find out in Game 2 of the championship match, plus the strike challenge coming up next on CN8.
Hi, everyone, and this is the Strike Challenge segment. And in case you didn't notice, Trina's not here. But I got Joe Maloney from Quincy, Mass., and he's going to shoot for $500, Joe. And don't get nervous, but we got about 3 million people watching us.
Yeah, right. Last time I bowled, I got a disappointing 4, as you know, but I didn't have my bowling balls. This time I have my bowling balls, so hopefully I'll
there's
do better.
no excuses. You can try for this once a year. He had a shot last year, and you got what?
4.
Hey, you're going to do better than that,
That's
okay?
right.
Go get him. $500 on the line.
A strike gets him the 500. Be $50 for a spare. Otherwise, $1 a pin, but we're rooting for the 500. Now we're rooting for the spare. That's what he wanted a ball ago. Oh. Chance to get an even $10. Got it. Recovered nicely with the last 2 balls. That's an improvement on the 4, no doubt about it. Joe doesn't look happy, but you think about that all show, you know your turn's coming up. And just had 1 crack at the strike. To Dave Hodge now, who has a 3-pin advantage and finished game 1 red hot. Keeps that going. Look at Dave and his buddy James in the background. Oh, yeah.
You're doing exactly what I'm telling you to do, James says.
Been away from a double. Can he go spare on strike? You bet. Al Hawk's in for a test. He's been up to it the last 6 weeks. No one has gotten the better of Halas in that stretch.
Like I said, you're going to have to beat Hawk. He won't beat himself. Trips out the 4 and 7, 3, 6 and 10. A shot at the spare in the first frame.
Open in the first. $9. So want to fall too far behind. Would really love a mark here in the second.
After 1 box, the lead is now increased to 14. And he's opposite a spare. Not a bad break off the head pin. The 1 and the 8 left. Or 1 and the 9, I should say. He finally solved lane 36 with that strike in the 10th. His other 4 marks all came on lane 35.
Got it. Hanging steady is Halas.
Yeah, he will. Dave Hodge is another veteran. Quite many years as experience as Halas, but certainly a seasoned veteran. Working on a spare, trying to make it 3 in a row and start that streak of bonus money again. Wants a 7-pin to go. It does. 6, 9, 10 for $50.
And the run of marks ends. It dated back to that first game. It had been 5 in a row. 6 in a row, I correct myself. I stand corrected. It's a 9 here. 46 through 3, game 2.
Eight marks out of 11 boxes bowled by Dave Hodge. Only 4 open frames. Well, the 2 open frames. Chance our champ to climb back. Working on a spare when he gets up there.
10 box. 56 in this game through 4. Big first ball coming up for Hawk.
That's pretty big. That's pretty big.
Strike on spare, now bonus money territory. Look at the replay. 4 the last to go.
Oh, he hasn't, last 2 weeks hasn't had bonus money. You would think he would be due. 2 in a row. Well, it's not as bad as it looks. The 1, 7, 9, 10, but piece of wood behind the head pin should throw the head pin toward that 7 pin. The wood should take the other 2. Oh, right in front of the 7. Gets most of that deficit back, though, back to just a few pins separating our bowlers.
So close.
1 pin. 2 pins this game for Hawk Halas and 1 overall. Two, 4, 6, 9, 10. Probably like to catch a piece of that wood as the ball goes into the 2 pin.
Dave's cooled off a bit. 3 in a row open. Couple 9s with a 10 in the middle. Got a strike. Great chance for a spare.
Just the 5 pin. And much needed. Get some of that momentum back.
There you go.
Boy. Wow. One of the better balls he's thrown in the last several weeks. He leaves himself to 7-10. Piece of wood. Not so sure it's going to help.
He gained 1 in count opposite a 9. He doesn't. So with 5 boxes of the second game, it's dead even. Now, though, Hawk operates opposite a spare from Dave Hodge.
Drops 8. Got a chance for a spare of his own with a 6-10. Don't you hate that? The object pin is the 6. You miss the 6, chances of making the spare are nil. You want to hit the 6 pin, he hits it 2 flush, drives it straight back, misses the 10.
So he got a 9, and there's a slight advantage for Dave Hodge with a huge fill ball coming up in box 7 when we come back. What a finish. In a position to extend it now is Phil in box 7, game 2, following his second mark of this game, a spare in the 6th. Decent fill of 7.
Missed the head pin, but he dropped 7, as John said. Decent fill, 1, 2, 10 left. Not an easy spare, but makeable. Try to split the 1 and the 2. Just like that. Get James up there and give him a high 5. This went like they were tied together.
This ball will be for 50 bucks. 3 in a row, 3 marks in a row. Strung 4 together in game 1.
No one, including me, thought he had a shot at that one. What a spare and a $50 bonus. Plays the wood, clips the 5, throws the 5 into the 7. Halas is going to have to put a couple marks up. Diamond leave, 3, 5, 6, and 9.
Open for Hawk. 2 10s, 2 9s. Now's the time to turn it up. Running out of opportunities.
Must have a mark here. Keep himself in the match and a chance going down the stretch. The final 3.
Gonna be a tough one. Another 9, 3 in a row. It appears that Dave Hodge is going to dethrone Rich Halas after 6 weeks on top. And if he can get past that 269 total, he will knock Hawk out of the top 3 2-game totals.
It's at 255 right now.
That'll be a double whammy for Hawk.
Play the wood to the left. Yes, 4 in a row.
A textbook display of converting spares for Dave Hodge.
You see the replay right off the wood, through the 2-pin over into the 6. Just going out with a flurry, just like he did the first game. He's already at 269.
One more pin.
Actually, he's 273 because he's got 4 pins standing that he knocked down. So.
He's your new number 3 in that top 3 list. Big 141.
278 for a 2-game total.
Top 2 scores, Dave Barber, John Zappi tied at 296. Barber holding the tiebreaker with the high single. But 278 gets Dave Hodge into 3rd place.
Hawk needs strikes. Actually, He needed a strike in that frame. We have a new champ. Even a spare here in the 9th and then a triple strike would not be enough. So it's quite a reign for Hawk Halas.
6 weeks in a row. One more box to go. Makes you appreciate even more what guys like Klein and the all-time record holder John Zappi have accomplished with their streaks of 8 and 9 weeks respectively. That'll do it. Dave Hodge, your winner. And the new champ, back with the wrap-up after this on CNN. Wrap-up with the new champ, Dave Hodge, who defeats Hawk Halas and moves into the top 3. And you really were putting together a how-to video on converting those spares.
I don't know. You never know what you're going to get here in this place. I threw a good ball, weird results, and you just got to pin. It's pin to win in this game, and Hawk's a great bowler. So, you know I needed everything I could get, but there's some weird stuff. I was converting some weird stuff, and, I mean, it feels good to be on the other side of the angle this time, so it was great.
Yeah, I sit back and I try to analyze all the bowling, and today you didn't miss a legitimate spare leaf, but you made some terrific shots, and I think that was the difference today.
That's a big difference. So it's all the difference. I mean, I had to analyze to take an extra second look at those shots. You don't realize how important it really is to giving yourself an extra second and taking a shot. And I converted a few today, and it was a big help. And Hawk's a great bowler, and again, and I'm just glad to be here. So,
Dave, congratulations. We'll see you back here next week.
Thank you.
And you two at home, right here on CNN8 for the Candlepin Challenge.